Hello, and I'd love to prove to you that sine squared x multiplied by the quantity of 1 plus cotangent squared x is exactly equal to 1. So I'd like to leverage several identities, and let's go ahead and start with the simplest one that we know of. So hopefully you see right here that we have the so-called Pythagorean or fundamental identity of trigonometry. And that is sine squared x plus cosine squared x equals 1. By the way, x is not always the variable that's used, but let's use x because that's what this problem uses. This could be theta or some other variable, maybe even a. But either way, if we take the fundamental identity of trigonometry and we divide by sine squared x, then we should have sine squared x divided by sine squared x, that equals 1. Cosine squared x divided by sine squared x, that should be cotangent squared x. And that's because cosine x over sine x is equal to cotangent of x. In fact, sine x over cosine x is equal to tangent x. And so cotangent x will be the reciprocal, that is the turn upside down, if you will, of tangent x. So if you square this equation, you'll have cosine squared over sine squared x is cotan squared x. And then finally, 1 over sine squared x, the reciprocal of the sine function is the cosecant function. So you'll have cosecant squared x. Now, 1 plus cotangent squared x plus is equal to cosecant squared x is an identity that some people just know or memorize or have written down in tables. So it's good to know this identity. So let's put that identity in for 1 plus cotangent squared x. So we have sine squared x times cosecant squared x. All right, and then now let's use this last identity, that if cosecant squared x is written as its reciprocal function, that's 1 over sine x, because they're reciprocal functions of each other like so. So if we square it, that's the same thing as squaring this equation. So then we would have sine squared x times 1 over sine squared, sine squared x, and sine squared x over sine squared x, those are exactly equal terms, so that's equal to 1. Okay, thus we've proved the identity. Thank you for your attention. Hope that was helpful.